Hey folks, and welcome to another edition of Minister's Bullet. I want to continue to look at some verses in First Corinthians with you. Yesterday we talked, we moved into the 7th chapter and talked about how Paul issued a warning to anyone who is to get married. He says it's better to remain single. And we talked about that's not that you glorify God better as a single person, but when you get married, you're going to have troubles, you're going to have problems. And I want to move into the next couple verses and start to talk about what marriage looks like. If we move into verses 3 and 4 here, Paul writes, "The husband should give to his wife her conjugal rights, and likewise the wife to her husband. For the wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. Likewise, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does." So, conjugal rights, what exactly is that? Basically, it means giving your spouse everything, surrendering to your spouse all you have, not holding anything back, giving it 100%, giving your spouse 100% attention, making him or her your priority, and considering their needs before your own. The conjugal rights include surrendering to your spouse your body, the physical aspect of the relationship. It includes surrendering in meeting them and engaging with them intellectually and mentally and emotionally. Very important. You don't hold anything back emotionally. You meet his or her emotional needs as well, and spiritual needs. Very important aspect of a Christian marriage is meeting your spouse's spiritual needs as as well, and help in pushing them closer to God. And we'll talk about that more in the coming days. But so that's what conjugal rights means: to give them everything you have, don't hold anything back, and that goes both ways. Like I said in the last bullet, marriage is a selfless union. It's not about you anymore. Uh, your spouse comes before you. You think of his or her needs before you think of yours. Um, you seek to please her before pleasing yourself, him or her before pleasing yourself. And that's what he means here with verse 4 when he says, "For the wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. And likewise, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does." To basically sum up what that means is it's not about you. It's about your spouse. Um, uh, you, I mean, just what I said. You put your spouse first, and you pursue the things that are going to fulfill her needs and her desires. You seek to please him or her, and you do this from a position of faith in Jesus Christ. I think that's important. I want to mention that. Um, if you if either one of you does not have a relationship with Jesus Christ, you really don't have any business being married. As a minister, I'm not going to marry a couple if I'm not convinced that they both don't have that saving faith relationship with Jesus Christ, because you cannot love and serve your partner properly if you are not loving and serving God properly. That has to happen first. Um, and there is a verse that talks about not being unequally yoked, and that's what that verse is talking about. It's talking about marriage. Do not be unequally yoked. For what does light have to do with darkness? Um, so definitely, first, you both need a faith in Jesus Christ. If you have that, then the marriage should is designed to push each of you closer to God. Um, and you know, the wife should join in on the husband's ministry, and likewise the husband on the wife's ministry. They should support one another, pray for one another, encourage one another. Um, but yes, that's what verse 4 here in the 7th chapter is talking about. It's a selfless union. It's not about you, it's about your spouse. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and join and follow us on these platforms.